Hello, I'm Rex Basserfield, and I'd like to welcome you to a video about my Quilcom barrel drum. I've used the term barrel drum to describe any ethnic drum which has typically two heads which are played by one player, or in the case of a taiko drum, could be two players playing on the same drum. Very often the heads are different sizes and different tensions and materials, so you get two different pitches, and the barrel itself can be all sorts of different shapes. And in the background info folder you'll find links to show you all the different types of so-called barrel drums in the world. Head 1 is played with the left-hander of a certain range. Head 2 with the right hand, and the centre of the keyboard plays the edge hits. And as a reminder of those pitch ranges, you can hit the info button, and of course there's lots more information in the user guide. With the pitch and spread knobs in the position shown, and you play middle C, C4 and C5, you get the same pitch. The spread compresses the range below middle C or above C5. So with the spread on maximum, you get the chromatic tuning. But if we compress the range, and if we make the spread 0, then they're all of the same pitch, but you can also alter the pitch with the pitch knobs. Now, apart from the tuning of the two heads I mentioned, the two head synthesizers are identical, so I'll discuss one of them. The bend is an automatic pitch bend, and it relates to the settings of the envelope generator and velocity. The envelope generator is a fairly conventional attack, decay, release system, and if this button is lit up, the release tracks the decay, but you can alter the release separately should you wish to. The separation of decay and release controls enables you to control the sound by whether you stab or hold down a key. Damping can be set with the damp button, or you can use the sustain pedal CC64 to damp the sound. The circular membrane has defined vibrational modes determined by physics, and if you double click on the modes button, you get these default defined modes. The modes knob itself is actually a macro which shifts the modes up or down and alters the timbre considerably. Now, with a tighter and or thinner skin, you tend to get more emphasis on higher modes, so that is set by the skin knob. The striker knob sets the level of the sound from the beater, the stick, actually initially hitting the skin. The pan knob places the sound of the head in the stereo field, and the level knob controls its volume. The Sat button brings in a curated amount of saturation, and this is independent of the level knob but is affected by velocity. The effect is to add a certain looseness to the drum head sound. So now I'll come on to the global panel, which affects both heads. The pitch bend wheel is active, and you can set the range with the range knob. On some drums, when you hit the smaller head, it will send a pulse through the drum which excites the larger head. So that effect is determined by the amount knob. It can be fairly subtle, or it can be extreme, such that you can play head 2 and head 1 at the same time, and also use the level knob to adjust the balance between head 1 and head 2. Just for fun, I've added a delay between head 1 and head 2 responding, and if you set the delay to a long time, the head 1 only gets excited when you hold a key down. Now, I've listened quite carefully to various so-called cinematic drums, and I noticed that there seems to be added a pulse of noise to emphasize the strike. So the drama section deals with that. The macro controls the type of hit, and the level controls the amount of hit. The drum barrel itself and the volume of air contained in it will have its own resonance, and that is set with the barrel section. So here we can set the size of the drum, and here the amount of damping. These types of drums are normally hit fairly centrally on their heads, but the position of the strike can make a difference. So here the position knob goes from center to edge, and we can also control that with the mod wheel. The vary knob provides for a certain amount of random variation when it's set above 0, so no two sounds will be exactly the same, which is a bit like a round robin on a sampler, except that the range is very wide, or can be. There are just two controls for the edge hit synthesizer. One is the level, and one is the amount at which the heads are actually excited by the edge hit. Finally, I should mention the attack times. If you increase them high, you can get what I think is a very interesting sound. So these are called Haunted 1, Haunted 2. So that's my Quilcom barrel drum, and I hope you can have a bit of fun with that and enjoy playing various rhythms. And until the next time, bye!